in the shop. We are working on the Tacoma. We are installing our Bilstein 6112s. This is what we had in there, the 5100 series Bilsteins. I ran those for like 2 years or so. They worked. The backs, I'm gonna take and put 5160s back there. I already did that. I'm not gonna put that in this video. They're pretty straightforward. Take out the old, put in the new. Not really that exciting. Not that this is very exciting either, but I thought it was pertinent for the video. So I'll kind of explain what I did here. I've loosened the lower control arm, got the sway bar out of the way, got the tie rod disconnected. The only thing left is these 14 mils right here on the top. And right up here they are. I'm gonna take those out, drop them babies down, pull the shock out, put the new shock in, and it's really straightforward. This really isn't a how-to, but that's just kind of what I did. I loosened the camber bolts. I marked everything for the alignment so that stuff stays the same. But yeah, it's straightforward. I already did the other side. I didn't really film that. Actually, it was a pain in the butt to get that one off. There was some seized bolts and whatnot, so that was not fun. So yeah, I'm gonna throw these in, and we'll kind of walk you through that, and yeah, we'll go from there, and then we'll get these babies on the trail. You can see we got the old ones out, right? They just moved this out of the way, dropped this down, they came right out. The other side, I made the mistake of trying to do it from the top, and let me tell you, doing it from the bottom so far has been much easier. And also, you got to check when you get these, their side oh, what do you say? They're like, you have a driver's side and a passenger side, and that's because they count when they put the snap rings in on the notches here, right here, the notches, that's how they set the ride height, right? And Tacomas have a little bit of lean, so you put the driver's side in, it corrects that lean, right? So that's pretty much that. So we're gonna slide this baby in here. Hopefully it'll go right in, we'll see. I mean, yeah, pretty much right in. I just got to tap that in there now. And that is it, man. They do not go in very hard at all. And then I'll button everything back up. So, like, yeah, they don't go in hard. I don't know. I don't make these mechanic videos very often. Start in the top. Put the tops on. These are 15s. They come with the 5100s are 14s. These are 15s, so just like be ready to have another wrench out or whatever. It's kind of the case when you go up to larger gear, you know. These are 2.5 inch shock bodies with a 60mm piston, where that is a 2-inch shock body, which, I mean, there's just like, it is completely night and day thickness. And I'll tell you, the 5100s, I'll say I really liked them. I think they rode good. And when I put the 5160s on the back, it made a huge difference with the way this thing rides. We carry a lot of weight because we camp, you know, and like overland. But so I blew the 5100s in the back, man. If I could have did the 5160s from the start, if you're gonna do a setup like this with the Bilsteins, and you don't want to do the 6112s, you feel like the 5100s are good in the front. Like I had an Old Man Emu spring on there, and they were good. But spend the money for the 5160s. Just spend the money, cry once, you know, because I had, those things were so blown out. Like I bottomed them out constantly. They were just horrible. They weren't made for what I used them for. But at the time, you know, that's what I could afford, and that's what I had. So, and luckily, I have the facilities, like this nice shop. We actually have a 2-post lift around the corner, but there's a car on it right now, so I'm just doing it on jack stands, which, you know, it's fine. Everything's right here. And, you know, you don't have to get underneath or whatever. I know my buddy, too, wrenching on the Spectrum, mall runner. Check him out on YouTube. He's got a nice lift in his garage, so if I was a 2s, I'd be on the lift, but I'm not, so I'm here. So yeah, I'm just gonna button this up, and I'll kind of show you what I did, and so yeah, we'll go from there. 15 on the top. Make sure you get them down. Control bar, put all that back, put the tie rod back together. Didn't have a proper cotter pin, so I just use these little copper ones. And I gotta put the bolts on. So look, I made a mistake on the other side. I did it from the top. Don't do it from the top. You do it from the bottom. Much easier. This side took me 15 minutes to do. They look great in there. Now I know what you're thinking. I'm staying with my factory upper control arms for now. I actually ordered a pair that did not fit right. They were for the wrong lift. And I researched this more. My tires rub just a touch right there anyway. So I'm gonna run the factory. I know I get more flex and the smoother, all the stuff that you read about upper control arms and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna run this for a while, see how it works, and you know, go from there. But I ran it for 2 years with the 5100s, the same lift, same setup basically. And it was fine. It rode great, handled good. I love the handling characteristics of it and stuff like that. I wheel the truck, but I don't get in super flexy spots. Like I run a sway bar, like all that good stuff. So, you know, I'm only gonna get so much more flex out of it. So yeah, I kept the upper control. I'm gonna button this back up, and then next time we see this baby, we're gonna be in Moab, checking out Beef Basin and running some overlandy trails with it just to test it out, see how it is. Because that's where I noticed the 5100s would run out. We would do these 50, 60, 70 mile stretches and non-stop, and they would fade and they'd get real bottomy. So I really want to see the difference between the 6112s, the 5160s to the 5100s. So we got, and then keep in mind too, like, we're not going to be as loaded as we normally would, but it'll be a good test. So we'll see how it is. So we'll see you in Moab. So we're not in Moab. We went to Moab last weekend and I wasn't able to film the rest of the video. So today we are at mini Moab, which is, you know, Moab-ish. But the whole point of today was just to actually get the suspension out and run it. Now we did do the shakedown run in Moab at Dome Plateau. They'll leave a link for that video in the description. It wasn't really a shakedown run video per se, but we got the suspension out and we did... it did what it did, man. I got to be honest. It is a huge upgrade from the 5100s I had on there prior to this. The 5160s in the back, with weight, just kept the back end from bottoming. I didn't bottom out at all at any point. And on this kind of terrain where it's rocky, undulating, and all that stuff, it kept the truck a lot more stable, where it wasn't so big, dramatic rolls, which was great. And the front end felt way more planted and not less bouncy when we were on some of the high-speed sections of Dome Plateau. So I will say it's a huge improvement if you're going to do the two, if you're looking at the two. If you're going to just be kind of cruising along and not really doing anything high speed or anything like that, then the 5100s are great. I ran them forever. They felt good. They felt good on the highway. They're nice and soft. But the 6112s, while they are a bit stiffer, you do notice a bit stiffer when you're on the road. But when I was driving, I mean, even when I'm driving on road, I notice I don't have the dips. I don't have the sway that the truck has, characteristics that the truck had before. We're a little top heavy because we do overland this thing, and we have a lot of this thing, and we have a lot of weight on the roof. It's not up there right now, but you know, it helped with the sway tremendously. So if you're gonna go with it, I would definitely say 5160s from the back. Just if you're on a budget or whatever, save your money and get the 5160s because they're definitely worth it. And the 6112s on the front are a huge upgrade over the 5100. So that's my 2 cents on it. If that's what it is, if you care to know. So yeah, that's all I got. So thanks for watching the video. If you want to like and subscribe and you like off-road content and all that stuff, that's what we do on this channel generally. I don't normally do mechanic videos, but I figured it was pertinent, being that we do use the truck off-road quite a bit. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content. Thanks.